What's up guys, PTCGL here and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today guys, we're going to be looking at Quad Ogerpon EX, which is, for those of you who have been watching the channel for a long time, one of my favorite decks that I've ever played on my channel, and it's basically a continuation of my custom decks series. I like making custom decks all the time, but this one is a truly original deck idea that I had and that I fully created actually in one evening. I was driving to work or something and I thought of this idea for Quad Ogerpon, remastering it and making it good with the current updates that we've gotten from Stellar Crown, Prismatic Evolutions, and Surging Sparks. And I've basically come up with this list and it has been tearing Master Ball scene, and it's super fun to play. It's incredibly versatile, and I honestly think this is a deck that I'll be playing a lot post-rotation. It doesn't really lose too much in rotation, and so I'm going to break this list down and kind of talk about why I think I have solved Quad Ogerpon EX. Now, to a lot of you, this probably is just like, oh cool, a new video from PKIP, and that's where you're going to leave it. But for me, this is revolutionary because I love the Quad Ogerpon strategy. For those of you who don't know, the idea of the Quad Ogerpon deck originally came out in Twilight Masquerade with all 4 Ogerpon mask forms. You had Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, you had Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon EX, you had Wellspring Mask Ogerpon EX, not Latias EX, that did not exist, and you had Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX, and each one of these Ogerpons has either a different ability or a different attack that makes them useful. And so you combine them all together into one deck, and you're basically actually able to switch out which one you want to use by using the Ogre's Mask item card, also from Twilight Masquerade. Ogre's Mask allows you to basically use a free Thornton on your Ogerpons, where we do have actually Thornton in this deck for a different reason. I'll get to that. But basically, Ogre's Mask allows you to switch which Ogerpon you're using, and the core strategy of this deck is basically to charge up a Teal Mask Ogerpon, if I can scroll up fast enough. The strategy is to charge up a Teal Mask Ogerpon EX by using its Teal Dance ability. You get to accelerate energy and draw some cards, and then you can either use Teal Mask's Myriad Leaf Shower against Charizard or Hydreigon, or you can use one of the other 3 Ogerpon EX's attacks. Most notably, you'll be using Wellspring Mask Ogerpon if you're going to swap, because it has 2 incredibly great attacks. The first one is Sob for 20 damage. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. This is very useful if you want to stall for a turn or more. You actually can attach a double turbo and make that a 0 damage attack, meaning that you can just infinitely stall your opponent if they don't have any switch options. And then the second attack, Torrential Pump, is insane. It's actually disgusting. This deck can very easily pull off a Torrential Pump on turn 1 if you get the right stuff. And basically, it's like Radiant Greninja. You can shuffle 3 energy attached to this Pokemon into your deck, which is very helpful. And if you do, this attack does 120 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So what you can do is you can actually take out 2 smaller Pokemon by using Torrential Pump, or you can set up some damage with something like Teal Mask Ogerpon, Cornerstone, or even Terrapagos EX, and then you can finish the job with a Torrential Pump from Wellspring Ogerpon later on. So Wellspring is incredibly valuable in this deck, and is probably, out of all of the other Ogerpons, other than Teal Mask, the most useful. Then we have, not Latias EX. Latias EX is not an Ogerpon. I'll just make that clear. It just appears in the next part of the order. Next time we're going to talk about Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon. Now, Hearthflame is the one you will probably use the least, but it does have its very, very niche uses, and it's incredibly powerful if you can pull it off. Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon has the Wrathful Hearth attack, and that's the only one that we care about, which does 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So essentially what you want to do is use Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon against something like Charizard, which actually you just use Teal Mask, never mind. The main use is to use it against something like Hydreigon, or use it against Dragapult EX. And if you're playing on live, Dragapult EX is probably everywhere. So, if you use Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon and use the Wrathful Hearth attack, you can do 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon, and if you took damage from Dragapult using Phantom Dive for 200 damage, you can actually switch into Wellspring or Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon out of nowhere, and you can deal 400 damage to the Dragapult EX. So, it's basically like a huge revenge one-shot, sort of. It's basically like a nuke. You just use Hearthflame as like a huge nuke. And it's incredibly strong in the most niche uses. So, out of all of them, you'll use Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon the least, but it's still a very valuable tool if you can pull it off correctly. Okay, finally we have Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX, which is honestly it's the second least used, and I mean, basically, Hearthflame and Cornerstone are just not really used too often, but they do have their great opportunities to do things. Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon has the Cornerstone Stance ability, which if you're playing on live, you're probably seeing a lot too of like these like block or stall decks or whatever. Cornerstone Mask prevents all damage from attacks from Pokemon that have abilities. So basically, if your opponent's playing Charizard, can't hit Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. If your opponent's playing Archaludon, they can't hit Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. Cornerstone is a very powerful stall Pokemon, and it forces opponents to play around it. And it also is a counter to stall. I've seen a lot of Milotic EX on the ladder right now, which is like basically completely shields it from Terra Pokemon, but Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon doesn't care about any sort of shielding. That can be from like Mimikyu, Aegislash, stuff like that. And Cornerstone Mask just will use Demolish for 140 damage, which isn't a whole lot, but it does shred through any sort of protection. So Cornerstone is very useful in the counter stall matchups, and it can provide its own stall, but it's not super useful outside of that, and is pretty good discard fodder. If anything, if you're not going to use the other two Ogerpons, they're just good discard fodder, and you don't really need to worry about it too much. Alright, let's look at the other Pokemon in this list. There's not really too many others, that are like, it's just a lot of one-ofs and then our support engine. We have one of Evil Incarnate, Budew, of course. Budew has 30 HP and has the Itchy Pollen attack, which says during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards from their hand. Now, if you haven't seen my last video talking about Budew, I'd recommend go and watch it, because I think a lot of my explanations for this card are still the same. It's still a nuisance, and it's still a huge issue, so not nearly as horrible I was thinking in the video, but it still kind of does break down Budew almost in its fullest, and gives kind of a more clear explanation of my thoughts about it. But Budew is very good on the first turn. If you use it on the first turn to use the Itchy Pollen attack, if you go second, basically just slow your opponent down enough so that way, usually you use this against like evolution decks, so you can go ahead and use Wellspring Ogerpon on the next turn. So if you can't get Wellspring Ogerpon going in one turn, then you can go ahead and just use Budew, slow your opponent down long enough for you to get your Wellspring in play. So Budew is very good for slowing the game down for you so you can set up, and also restricting your opponent from being able to pop off before you're ready. We also have Latias EX, as you keep seeing when I flip through all the cards. Latias EX is only in here for the Skyliner ability, which says your basic Pokemon in play have no retreat cost. Now this is useful just because you don't really want to have to pay energies in order to retreat, and every single Pokemon in here except 3 are basics anyways, so Latias is just very useful for being able to like swap out with which Ogerpon you want, especially after you use something like Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, where you shuffle all your energy back into your deck, and then you'll need to retreat or something like that. And it also is good against if your opponent's trying to like stall a Pokemon, it only requires a maximum of 1 energy with Noctowl. But we'll get back to Noctowl in a second here. We also have one copy of Pheasantipede EX, just draw cards. You can also use Cruel Arrow, but I mean, why would you use Cruel Arrow when you can just use Wellspring Mask? We also have Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX in here, and that is mainly for basically Bloodmoon is supposed to be like our counter to to things like Miraidon and Raging Bolts, things like that. Basically the big basic EX decks. Bloodmoon is our answer, and we can use it for cheaper as the game goes on. It just has that Bloodmoon attack for 240, but we can make things cheaper with Seasoned Skilled. We've talked about Bloodmoon a lot on the channel before, so I don't think there's much else to say. Excuse me, and then we also have one copy of Terapagos EX in here for the Unified Beatdown attack. Now, normally you're used to seeing Unified Beatdown to 220 because it has double turbo energy attached, and while you can do that with this deck, there is also the opportunity to do the full 240 damage if you have a full bench of 8 Pokemon with Area 0 Underdepths, and with 2 regular energy attached instead of having double turbo. That is now possible with this deck. Originally I did have a 2-2 line of Terapagos and double turbo energy, but I cut one of both because they just weren't as useful in most matchups, and Terapagos ends up kind of just being a backup attacker or a secondary attacker to the Ogerpons anyways. So Terapagos is still a very valuable tool, and can get some quick and cheeky KOs, so that's why I have Terapagos in here as well. Okay, let's talk about the kind of the core like support engine for this deck. It is a little bit limited on what it can do, and when you can use it, but I decided I'm going to use the Noctowl engine. Of course, that all starts with Fan Rotom. Fan Rotom allows you on the first turn of the game to search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less, so basically you're only going to be able to grab Hoothoots and Noctowls, and you can put them into your hand. So you basically, depending on what your hand's like, if you have like a Hoothoot in your hand, you go for 1 Hoothoot, 2 Noctowl, or if you have like a Noctowl, just 2 Hoothoot, 1 Noctowl. It's basically a way to get all of these, get your support engine online quicker, and it also has a really good attack with Assault Landing for 70 damage, 1 energy, which is incredibly powerful and can be really useful if you're trying to get like a donk on a Pokemon. You just need to place down an Area 0 and you're good. So we also have 3 copies of Hoothoot, but then you evolve that into Noctowl, and Noctowl is basically the lifeblood of this deck. Once you get your Ogerpons online, you can kind of start drawing cards with Teal Dance, but Noctowl gets you your specific cards and allows you to set up your your swapping strategies, your energy acceleration, switching, all this sort of stuff. Noctowl is the perfect go-to card for this list. That wasn't possible in the original Quad Ogerpon deck. And Noctowl just has the Jewel Seeker ability. Search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards if you have a Terra Pokemon to play, which, considering the fact that most of this deck is comprised of Terra Pokemon, you should be pretty fine. And then you basically just, Noctowl sits there, and that's a little unfortunate, is that you can only really use realistically, you can only use 3 Noctowls in a match. You can do some like crazy Thornton shenanigans where you like get rid of the Noctowls when your Stadium's discarded and then Thornton back into play and Noctowl again. There's plenty of strategies, but Noctowl realistically can only be used around 3 times on average. So you just gotta make sure you make the most and you use the Noctowls correctly. Otherwise, you could set yourself back a little bit. So those are the Pokemon. I'm sorry that took a little bit to explain. But now let's talk about the trainers. Now the trainers are pretty standard for the most part for like a Terapagos deck, but we do have some notable inclusions that I want to talk about real quick. First one is probably Energy Switch, or actually let's talk about Energy Retrieval for 2 energies back instead of just the regular 1, and then you basically are just like, okay, perfect, I can use my 2 energies, I accelerate the 2 energies onto 2 Teal Mask Ogerpons and draw more cards. Essentially, it's just to get more energies back in play. Now, if you're not comfortable with using Energy Retrieval, you can use Night Stretcher instead. Night Stretcher does end up being more useful most of the time, but there are scenarios where you want Energy Retrieval rather than Night Stretcher, just because you need more energy in play. So Night Stretcher is also super useful because it allows you to get any Pokemon or basic energy back into your hand. Most of the time I use Night Stretcher actually to get Pokemon back into my hand, mainly like Pheasantipity EX or Noctowl, but there are other ways if you lose out on all your Night Stretchers to get stuff back in play. We're not playing any Super Rod because we don't really need to worry about Super Rod. Instead, we're just going to keep everything in the hand. That's kind of what this deck is focusing on. But once you attach all your energies with all your Teal Dances, you might want to move it around. And Energy Switch allows you to do that. Now, if you've played Regidrago, or if you've watched this channel before and seen me play Regidrago, you know that Energy Switch is no stranger to this channel at all. I used it in the original Quad Ogerpon list, but I only used one for some reason. But E-Switch allows you to move a grass energy. I mean, the art on this specific Sun and Moon card literally shows that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use E-Switch to move our energies from like our Teal Mask Ogerpon. You load up a Teal Mask with 2 energies, and then you'll still need like 1 more to use the other Ogerpons. You just load up another one with 1 energy, and then you energy switch onto the other one. I'm pretty sure I'll show it in some games here, so I shouldn't explain too much. I'm sorry. Haven't made one of these in a little while, so I'm still getting used to like cutting down on explanations. We're nearing 16 minutes of me explaining. I'm sorry for that. So let's speed through the rest of these. The rest of these should be pretty self-explanatory. We've got 1 copy of Countercatcher. This is one of the newer inclusions, actually. I made this change a few days ago because this deck does struggle a little bit if it falls behind. So Countercatcher can dramatically help because you can combo it with like an Arven or a Thornton or Iono, stuff like that. Countercatcher is just an item card that you can use as Gust. You have 2 copies of Earthen Vessel. You can discard your Ogerpons with Earthen Vessel, which is very nice, and you get 2 energies in your hand. So just a very overall really good card for this deck because you discard your Ogerpons and you get your energies, so that way you can accelerate them to your Teal Masks. We already talked about Energy Retrieval and Energy Switch. We're playing 1 copy of Lost Vacuum for like pesky stadiums or tool cards. This is actually really good against like Gardevoir, especially. You can take like 3 prize cards in a turn against Gardevoir, which is super nice. And so Lost Vacuum is just really useful in certain situations, especially if you're trying to like one-shot something and you're just a little bit short. Lost Vacuum can fix that. I actually did make this change after facing off against Ippo DR, who's been a longtime fan of the channel. Shout out to Ippo on Twitter, and I believe Ippo does have a YouTube channel now. If I remember, I'll try and link it in the description, but I played against Miraidon and their Miraidon, and I lost because they had a Bravery Charm attached, and I'm like, yeah, I'm throwing Lost Vacuum in, specifically because of that match. We were playing 3 copies of Nest Ball to get out any Pokemon that we want. This is just, I mean, get your basic Pokemon in play. We have Night Stretcher, we have Ogre's Mask, which I've already kind of talked about. Ogre's Mask is awesome. I love this card so much. It just allows for some really cool plays. And then we have Precious Trolley as our A-Spec, and that's just we load up our bench with every single Pokemon that we'll need for the matchup. Usually your setup is going to be like 2 Teal Masks, 2 Teal Masks, 2 Hoot Hoots, like a Budew, Pheasantipity, like Terrapagos, and like 1 other Pokemon, and then you're active or whatever. So we can use Precious Trolley to immense effect here in this deck. It does come at the sacrifice of losing things like Prime Catcher, which could be useful, but we do have other ways around that. And honestly, I think that Precious Trolley is just ultimately the best A-Spec for this deck because it is very heavily reliant on getting basic Pokemon in play. We also have 2 copies of Ultra Ball, mainly so we can just go get our Noctowls, but we can also discard Ogerpons. It's just basically get your Noctowls. That's basically why you use Ultra Ball. Anyways, we are playing 3 copies of Area Zero, just so that we can put down a whole bunch of Pokemon. There's actually some strategies that you can use if you don't need multiple Pokemon in play, where you actually can cut down your area, like cut down your Pokemon if you just use an Ogerpon and you need to swap back into play with like a Teal Mask. You can Lost Vacuum your own Area Zero, put the Teal Mask or probably the Wellspring in the discard pile, and then you can Ogre's Mask it back into play with energy attached again. It's pretty cool. But Area Zero just allows us to do more with more Pokemon. We're playing 3 copies of Arven to get our items that I just talked about, or our tool cards, which we'll get to. 2 copies of Boss to Gust. 1 copy of Colress's Tenacity, which is super useful. It allows us to get our Area Zero and allows us to get our Double Turbo or our Luminous Energy. I'll talk about Luminous in a second here. We are playing 1 copy of Iono. We don't really care about hand disruption too much. We just need to get our engine going, and we need it to just keep keep applying pressure, and I know sometimes it's just redundant and not useful, especially when we need to get specific things off of like Colress or Arvin. So Iono is not super useful. We are playing one copy of Professor's Research, just a simple draw 7, a discard, draw 7. And we are playing one copy of Thornton. The main reason why I have Thornton in here is if you run out of Ogre's Masks, or if you need a specific Pokemon at the end of the game, and you already have like a full bench or something. Like, let's say I have a Budew on the bench, and Budew's just sitting there the whole game, and I need like my Bloodmoon Ursaluna at the end of the game. I just Thornton that Budew into the Bloodmoon. That is a tongue twister. If you overcompensate too many Pokemon on the bench, you just slap Thornton down and kind of fix that. And it also is a good surprise tool as well, just basically taking advantage of all the basics that we have in this deck. We are playing one copy of Bravery Charm, mainly so we can tank a few hits from a few specific Pokemon that would do more than 210 damage. And it also gives us a better chance to use like Hearthflame Masked Ogerpon. And then we are playing one copy of Counter Gain. Now, I didn't play Counter Gain until I added in Counter Catcher as well. This is a suggestion made by my friend Henry, and basically Counter Gain is super useful because it negates, we don't need as many energies. You need one less if you're behind, which is incredibly useful in a lot of scenarios. So shout out to Henry, thank you for the inclusion idea. Alright, we have one copy of Double Turbo. Mainly you're going to use this for stall purposes with like Budew or Wellspring Mask, and then you have, but you can use it for Terrapagos, and then you've got 3 copies of Luminous Energy, which is my favorite special energy right now because you can put it on any Pokemon. It is a criminally underrated special energy, and I think that I would love to see more decks that use Luminous Energy. It is basically like Aurora or Rainbow Energy, but it's, it doesn't do anything if you attach more special energy to it. So basically it's fine because all of our Ogerpons only need one different kind of energy anyways. And if you put it on something like Terrapagos or Bloodmoon Ursaluna, they really don't care which energy is attached. So Luminous allows us to basically unlock everything. And I chose Luminous to play Luminous and Precious Trolley over Legacy Energy because Legacy just didn't feel like a good inclusion. It just didn't feel like I needed it, and they're searched out the same way, all that. So Luminous is just basically a better option for this deck. And then we have 6 copies of Basic Grass Energy. So this is the list. I'll show it on screen now. So now some of you might see, like, kind of draw comparisons to, like, Tord Reklev's list that he played in the, like, Japanese league. But I made this deck before Tord played in the tournament. I had no idea. I had no clue that he actually was, like, playing a very similar deck. Now, mind you, he was playing a post-rotation event. A lot of things are different from this deck. I promise you this is a custom deck idea. I made this before Tord even entered the event. So I really hope you guys like this deck. And if you want to try it out for yourselves, I will leave the deck list down in the description as well if you want to try it out. Definitely would recommend. This is one of my favorite custom decks I've ever built, and I actually think this one has meta potential as sort of like a more rogue but still pretty fun deck. So let's head into some games here. Before we get started, I would quickly ask to see if you're subscribed. I put a ton of effort into planning and making these videos, which can get tough sometimes due to me being a college student. Subscribing helps support me and my channel, and it allows me to make more videos like the ones you're currently watching. And if you want to help support my channel even further, consider becoming a member. With 3 different tiers to choose from, you'll get access to my videos early, get exclusive behind the scenes updates, you'll get creative inputs on new videos, and more. Every member will also be featured in the credits of every single one of my videos. Thank you so much for your support so far. Now, let's get back to the video. PTCG Live has been acting really not great lately. So, with the new update, they basically took one step forward with some quality of life changes, and then like 8 steps back. So, alright, we won the coin flip. You don't want to go second with this deck. If I've learned anything, or sorry, you don't want to go first. You want to go second. You don't want to go first. I mean, you can, but going second is just so much better. Okay. Not a terrible hand. If we get an Area 0 top deck, though, this hand is perfect. Because we can just go Area 0, Precious Trolley, and then we basically just get a full setup. Depends on what our opponent is playing on how we're gonna do this. And if we go like, maybe we'll go for the Budew play, or maybe we'll. I think the two Pokemon that you really want on the first turn is probably Fanrotom and Budew. Oh, you can't use Budew. Wait, hold on. With this hand, E-Switch, we have we're missing one piece of the puzzle, and we actually can beat the Budew on the first turn. If we are able to get... Oh, wait, no, there's still a lot more. I'm thinking way too... Well, hold on. We just need... If we get any sort of Pokemon search... Oh, that's not good. Okay. That's great for us, though. Terapagos can't use its attack on the first turn, though. That's kind of dumb. Let's go ahead, and I think we should probably just see what's going on in the deck first. So, in this situation, I want to probably go Precious Trolley, and we can go for, like, Bravery Charm, but I don't know. Counter Gain? We don't need to worry about Counter Gain right now. So, let's do this. Let's go another Hoot Hoot. Yeah, we might just want to Budew War this, to be completely honest. I don't imagine... Let's go Hoot Hoot. Let's go Precious Trolley. We're going to put down our own Budew. We can... well, we have Knockdown in hand, right? No? Okay. So we go here, we go here, we go here. Oh, wait. I literally just need to draw into... I don't know why I placed down that Hoot Hoot, then. We just need to draw the Area 0, and we win the game. Yeah. Okay, well, why not? We can just try for it. I could have grabbed another one. Let's go here, here, and here. Just grab all three of them. Perfect. Alright, I can go with the energy duplication trick, or you know what, let's get rid of this Hoot Hoot. It's not going to be useful. We'll just grab more energy. Alright, do we get a stadium? Because if we do, we win the game. We don't, we get a boss, and boss doesn't do anything this turn, so that's kind of bad. But I think we'll just go attach Luminous Energy here, retreat, and we'll just go ahead and use our own Budew. So they have to top deck a Pokemon. That's not necessarily too good for them. They can Budew us, but I think we have everything we need regardless. I don't really care about getting Budewed here. Oh, of course. Of course, they get exactly what they want. So, we're in for the longer game, folks. Wait, did they only grab one Dreepy? Wait, did they only grab one Dreepy? What? Why? Why did they grab the full evolutionary line? You want to go for all Dreepies there, fella. What are you doing? Oh no, Budew. Anyways, so I can go Noctowl here, open up the bench more, and so I can put down another, one of these guys. Yes, I would. I think I want to go for Area 0, and I want to go for... I know I can't use supporters right now. Honestly, let's just get a boss. To be completely honest, I don't think we need to do much of anything. So they're trying to Budew War right now. I don't care. I really don't. Area 0. Slap this guy down. Slap this guy down. At this point, we really can just fill up our bench. So let's go Teal Dance here. I know we can't use items, but I mean, we don't really have very many items right now anyways. Teal Dance again. So we're not going to place down the Terapagos because we don't need to. Ooh, E-Switch would have been really cool. If we actually had, let's go here, retreat into here. I'm just going to boss this thing up. Yeah, you're not setting up there, pal. I'm not going to let you do that. Nope, bye-bye. Delete the Dreepy. So they're probably just going to Budew again because they have nothing else to do, which is unfortunate. Another E-Switch is not necessarily too useful, but we do have just another boss if they try and set up another Dreepy. But they can use items now, so that's a little annoying. I just could not allow them to get Dragapult set up. So I just boss whatever they send up. They're going to end the turn with Budew regardless, so just boss. I can prepare for it. Oh, okay. So, what? Huh? Why wouldn't you just use Lance? What? What are you doing? Oh, maybe they're gonna Iono. That's probably what they're gonna do, is they're just gonna Iono. Yeah, there it is. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, bottom of the deck. New cards. And they're almost all they're all item cards or all ways to get item cards. This is great. Now they get to set up. Ugh, that's no bueno. That's not good. And that's also not good. I don't want to have to get rid of bench Pokemon here. Well, I just get rid of Budu because that's a free prize card for them, and we get rid of Noctowl. That's pretty easy. Yeah, I don't need to place these guys down at all. I don't need them in play anymore at all. So there goes that option for them. They're just gonna end with a Itchy Pollen, and then that'll be our turn. It's so annoying though, so annoying, because now they actually do get a KO with Dragapult if they actually have Dragapult, and my entire hand is energy card. Like, I can't do anything with this. I know I can grab. Oh wait, no, Bravery Charm. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's go Bravery Charm, and I can go for probably a. I could go for like Lost Vacuum, but that's not necessarily too useful. I could probably just go for an E-Switch here. Yeah, let's just go for this. I'm attaching this. You're not knocking me out on this next turn here. Absolutely no way that I'm just gonna let you have that. And then we'll just go ahead and use Myriad Leaf Shower, put ourselves on 4 prizes, and now we're in a pretty good spot. So it's a shame that we had to do this much in order to get here, but now we actually can Wellspring on this next turn. My guess is that they might try and stall with this Streepy, but I don't care if they don't have item lock and if they don't set everything up. Okay, Dusclops does get them the rest of the HP that they need, but then I can just Energy Retrieval. I have Chorus's Tenacity. I have Pheasantipity. I have so many things I can do to just counter even them using a Dragapult at all. And if they don't get a KO, oh my god, who plays 2 Budu? Oh my gosh, but they placed a Pokemon in the active spot that they'd have to commit an energy to attach to, so maybe this is okay. Maybe I should have gone for Lost Vacuum now that I think about it, because that's so annoying. What? Who just naturally has a switch into another Budu? This is so cringe. Ew. I'm telling you guys, I hate Budu a lot. Ooh, Itchy Pollen! Okay, well, let's get rid of this trash. Let's also get rid of this trash. Not you, Trapagos. Sorry about that. You little cheeky devil. Let's get rid of that garbage. Let me place down my Terapagos, and let me go ahead and just smack this stupid plant and get rid of it. Boom. Gone. Be gone. Have I... Yeah, no, okay. I was about to say, have I only taken prize cards on Budus? The good news, though, is that they still have to do... Like, now they're forced to use the Dusclops this turn. I have so many things I can use on this next turn that will help me if they even get a Dragapult in play. And if they use Dusclops, actually, I just need to take 2 more prize cards and I win the game. So, if they don't, then I just win. If they don't have exactly rare candy... Okay, so they have Dusknoir. What are they going to use Dusknoir for? Are they just trying to get 1 prize? Are they just trying to go for 1 prize? That doesn't matter. I take 2 prizes and I win there, fella. They're going to go for the... Who? No? What? Huh? Oh, there's Wellspring. Okay, perfect. Okay, actually, no, I can just go for Boss. Oh, okay. Well, we go here, we get rid of this and this, and we go for Boss, and we go for, yeah, so Ultra Ball, this, and Nest Ball. Don't need these 2. Get rid of these. Now I can go for, I don't know, let's grab, I don't even need any other Pokemon. I could have gotten, Nest Ball is useless, so, I don't know, and sure, you know what? Don't need to do too much else. Let's just slap this guy down. We go Ogre's Mask, and we go... Yes, let's use Ogre's Mask, and... We'll go Ogre's Mask and Boss. Thank you. Let's go boss up a Dreepy. Ogre's Mask. There we go. Yes, we want that one. And we will swap it with this Ogerpon. And it takes forever because, of course, they had to change the animation. And then we'll just go Torrential Pump. And yes, I would like to get rid of all of my energy. So that way, I can get rid of both of your Dreepies, leaving you with a 1-card hand and with 0 attackers. You only have Dusknoir. It's disgusting. I just delete their entire board. And an energy. Perfect. So that means I need one singular more energy in order to win the game. Unless my opponent just goes Cursed Blast and decides that's how they're going to go out. Because they're not taking a single prize card. Yeah, okay. Well, you guys got to see a typical Wellspring Ogerpon game where you just kind of wait around while your opponent just keeps using stupid Itchy Pollen, and then you just smack them with the Wellspring. There's nothing they can do about it, and boom. Alright, we're in Victini League, fellas. We keep moving. That was a good first game. Obviously, we were under Budu Lock for 90% of it. I swear I played this guy earlier, but I think they're still playing Raging Bull. I mean, you saw with their vest. I played them earlier when I was trying an earlier recording, but I actually wasn't recording. So, yeah. Alright. We are hoping that they lose the coin flip. They won the coin flip, probably. I don't know. Oh! Why, thank you! No, I want to go second. You can go first. They chose Tails, and Tails failed them. Not terrible, actually. I don't dislike this hand. Just an area... Once again, we're in a situation where Area 0 would fix all my problems. Okay. Greninja... Okay. This could be the same Raging Bolt player I tried playing in an earlier recording here. Nope, this is Archaludon. Isn't Archaludon broken right now? Not like broken like, oh, it's so good. It is our Duraludon. Wait a second. Oh, that's disgusting. I could either just go with the Budu Lock, or I could go for a Wellspring Lock. Or there is also the potential for me to just... Well, no. I want to play it safe here. I don't want to just... Let's do this and this. Bravery Charm is infinitely times better here. Okay, let's go ahead and use Precious Trolley. I want to go for Fanrotom, Budu probably. I mean, they don't have very much anyways. Let's go for you and you. 5 basics. Well, who else is on my... Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking like, oh, man, I have so much room. What are you talking about? So it's either do I want a Budu Lock or do I want a Ogerpon Lock? Well, if I Budu, then they're kind of restricted to doing much of anything anyways. Let's do this, I guess. Boom. Yeah, that's better. So I think we'll just go ahead and use... Oh, why'd I put down Fanrotom? Actually, that was a bad choice by me. I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to use that. But just get them in my hand. I guess I'm just trying to thin at this point. Teal day... Excuse me. Yeah, I should have definitely gone with the Retreat Lock, I think. Yeah, we're just drawing into a lot of Pokemon now. Let's get rid of a Noctowl, because I have so many of them. Plus, I can use Night Stretcher now for it. Let's go ahead and use another Teal Dance. So in this matchup, you really don't want to hit... Like, Archaludon is just a really bad... You want to hit him early and then... Yeah, so let's do this. Let's attach our energy here. Because this one has more energy, I'm inclined to put the Bravery Charm on it. And then we just go Itchy Pollen. Boom. Yeah, your move, fella. Alright, so this next turn, we have actually KO. We have KO on their Duraludon. And they can't use item cards to search for more Duraludons. So now I can just keep hunting Duraludons. Never mind, they have Archaludon. Will it freeze their game and break the game? No, they fixed it. Okay. Unless it just froze their game now. Nope, it did not. That's fine. I'll just put up my Fanrotom. That's fine. So how do we deal with this? I think we have to do we just do chip damage, or do we try and, This isn't good. Yeah, okay, well... The good news is I did actually kind of safeguard a little bit by putting Night Stretcher. Yeah, okay, I give myself the Night Stretcher opportunity, and I'm gonna use it to its fullest. So, ooh, they can't even attack with the Archaludon. So, we actually do have Boss, and we do have Luminous. I don't think that's necessarily too useful right now. We also do have an Energy Switch. So we do have, we do have the Night Stretcher, so I did plan ahead a little bit here. I have some idea of what I'm doing. I think we go for this. And yeah, we will use Jewel Seeker. We'll go get Boss. And we'll go get probably another Earthen Vessel. Wouldn't be too bad, honestly. I think that would be okay. Draw into more cards. Because I want to get rid of the Cornerstone here. Get the last 2 energy in the deck. I go energy, Teal Dance here. I know I do resisted damage to this thing. A Hoot. Okay, I mean, if we can draw into an area 0 naturally, that would be perfect. An Ultra Ball does not get us there. So I think I still want to attack this Archaludon before it attacks me. And I want to do it with the Ogerpon that I've already established. So let's do this. I know I'm not going to do a ton of damage, but this actually does set up a decent... I could just go all in and, like, make sure that this thing dies next turn. Let's go... honestly, I don't dislike this play. Like, if I do this Luminous Energy here, I still have Colress. So I want to do 180 here. Yeah, actually, no, that's perfect. Because if they try and retreat this Archaludon, they're either going to scoop it up and have to start from scratch, or they'll have to, if they scoop it up, that's annoying, but whatever. But if they don't, then we're looking pretty good. If, I guess, Relicanth. Oh, hold on. 80 plus. No, they got rid of the Scoop Up Cyclone, so they really wanted to hit this thing. They do exactly enough. You've got to be kidding me. Of course they do exactly enough. But I do actually take a counter KO here. I don't know why I attached the energy there then. I could have attached the double turbo just for... Okay, well... Good news is we do actually return the KO, I think. By doing 150. So annoying that the Relicanth is here. Okay, well, let us think of a counterplay here. We have Arven for counter catcher. We just need a lot of cards here. Yeah, exactly 260 is so cringe, man. We don't even have energy retrieval right now. Yikes. Okay, let's put up the Budu. So they took prizes already. We do have counter gain, which is kind of useful, but not really. I think I could, wait. I could, hear me out here. We could actually still even attack with Bloodmoon Ursaluna if I wanted to. I just go Bloodmoon and I can go, I can go Colress as well. I can go Colress and I can grab energy and I can get Bloodmoon Ursaluna. Let's do this. Yeah, I think... Because I still have double turbo E-switch, and they've taken 2, so it still works out for me. Let's go area 0. Let's Ultra Ball. Place down the Hoot. Ultra Ball away the Arven and the... We're down a Luminous. I don't want to get rid of another Luminous. I don't want to get rid of the Research either, because I don't have any other options for later then. E-switch or DTE? Well, they've taken 2. It needs 3. So I do need all the energy, so it has to be Research, which is really bad. And I don't even have Bloodmoon in deck. What am I doing, man? I don't even have the Bloodmoon Ursaluna in my deck. Oh my gosh. I think I threw the game away. Fellas, I think I did. I made an oops here. Well, I could even just attack with Terrapagos, to be honest. Like, I had supporter, too. Those were both of my supporters, and I was playing for specifically the... Now I wish I would have had research. Oh, gosh. This is just terrible. 160, still gets the KO. Just not good. I definitely messed this up a lot. We do get the KO on the Archaludon, so at least we get 2 prizes here. Maybe we can get something going with this. Nope. Well, no, actually we do get another Noctowl, which is good. Right, yeah, we do get more Noctowls. So we're okay. We're okay. It might be a pretty pricey Noctowl, but it's fine. If they try and use Iron Bundle, that's fine. Yeah. Wait. Oh, we don't have the... If we had the right Ogerpon in, we actually could just go... If we had the right setup, we actually just could go Hearthflame. We could go Hearthflame and Hearthflame them here. They're only doing 220. So they don't actually get the knockout. I want to one-shot really badly with Hearthflame, but we need a way to discard Hearthflame. We need Ultra Ball, or we need Thornton. We need, yeah, I definitely... Oh, wait. Why would you place that down? I mean, yeah, draw more cards, but... There is a possibility... No, there isn't, actually. Never mind. I'm looking... I have double turbo attached, so I can't Luminous onto it. They don't have Snipe, though. They don't get Snipe. Except that they accelerate their energy onto there, which is not possible. So, do they hit into this, or do they try and go after a single prizer? Because they do, I'll just put up, like, the Fan Rotom or something. No, they'll just naturally have a boss. Because of course they do. Oh, that's so stupid. Yeah, Archaludon is, like, one of the worst matchups. Because now we basically lose. Yeah, this is really bad. This is just really terrible. If we had the Bloodmoon, I don't think it really would have mattered, actually. Okay, we do finally get our own Pheasantipity. But they have more cards than us. Dang it. I was going to say we could actually just Sob Stall, but they also probably have ways around that. So let's go here. I could go here. Well, I mean, let's flip the script first. I don't want to discard what I have. And we just hit both Noctowls. Okay. Let's go energy retrieval, grab back 2 energies here. I can accelerate 1. Teal Dance. So this requires them, I mean, this is a okay play if I do get the Cornerstone in play, right? Like I just go for, this requires them to have Boss. Yeah. So here I can go for... Yeah, well, no, they're just gonna go freaking bundle. Countercatcher. This Countercatcher is my only way to have a chance of winning here. And I'd have to hit that. And we can go for probably an Iono. I'd imagine that's the play right now. Yeah. So I need here, and I'm gonna have to Night Stretcher. I think we'll go Night Stretcher for Latias. Well, do I need Latias, or do I need another one of these guys? I think that's the correct call, if I go for an Ogerpon. Because I would like Latias, but the way it stands right now, we just need to do this. And then we can actually still retreat with Terrapagos. So we'll go attach our energy with Teal Dance. We can E-switch, and then we can use Luminous energy. Yeah, that's not useful. E-switch, boom, onto boom. And then we can go Luminous here. Just that way we have it somewhat ready. Let's go Countercatcher up to Fez. And then we just go ahead and Iono, I think. Yeah. Iono, and we draw 4, they draw 2. So that's good for us, bad for them. We do have an Ogre's Mask, but we don't have the... We do have Cornerstone in the discard. But we don't exactly have everything we need. So we just go ahead and put up... you, because they're still short on damage. And then we'll just smack them with the Unified Beatdown. Cool. Take a prize card here, or... Oh yeah, we take 2 prize cards here. There's the Bloodmoon. So, if they try and set up another... if they try and use Fez again, we just need boss or... Oh, freaking jamming tower. Okay, 1... Oh, wait, no, I can't do that. Because otherwise we're just going to go... Let's go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because we'll keep Budu. And if they try and just bundle, then we'll just put up the Budu. Yeah, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. No, okay, they just have boss. Why would you play that? Why would you waste my time? Does it, hold on, does it let me concede first, or they just auto take the prizes? Okay, perfect. Doesn't matter. So our Caledon is like our worst matchup, and we played it the best we could, but of course Iono is a complete lie, and they just naturally got boss. Why would you play out the rest of that? That doesn't make any sense. Just wasting everyone's time. Whatever. Okay, so heading into our third game here. Honestly, I think, like, our Caledon is one of the worst matchups for this deck because there's not really a solid answer to it. And it also deals 220. Ooh, opponent gets to choose if we go first or second. What will they give us? What will fate give us here? Really, what will our opponent give us? Hopefully, they want to go first. But they could go second. Yeah, okay, they're gonna go first. That is what we want. Perfect. Just gotta manifest it, guys. Do I go for the... I think I go for the Teal mask to start. It doesn't reveal too much about our deck. And also, it gives us a higher chance of actually winning the game on the first turn. Yeah, it's Charizard like I thought. Wait, we actually can win the game on the first turn. The odds of it are very low. We can win if... No, never mind. Okay, we still can. There's still a possibility that we can. There's an Ogre's Mask, so, I mean, we're somewhat of the way there. But I think we just need to get a solid setup here. We just need to... Do I want to put Budu down? Yeah, we don't even have Fan Rotom, so maybe it's just smarter to go Budu, so they can't rare candy or use any Pokemon search. And then Iono, potentially. So let's go Budu. We can go ahead and use Teal Dance here. I could have probably tried to thin more with Earthen. Colress's Tenacity is very nice. If we just had Wellspring Ogerpon, this would be amazing. But we could go for Colress this turn. I know we're not going to be able to do anything else. So I guess we'll go for Colress for these two and just have them ready. Then we can retreat into the Budu. We attach our Luminous Energy specifically because that is more useful to have. And then we can go ahead and Itchy Pollen. So they can't rare Candy Charizard on this next turn. Which is good because it gives us a tiny bit more time to try and get the Wellspring in play. I mean, it also could just give us no time if they use Steady Fire Breathing, but the odds of them having an energy, if they're just playing like the 5 energy Charizard that everyone does now, they're not going to have it. Ugh. TM Evolution. That's not good. They are specifically teching for Budu. And why do you have Manaphy? No, why are you playing Manaphy? That's so cringe. Ew. Oh, wait, no, they just went for Steady Fire Breathing. What are you doing? What? Why? Okay, well, does Arven get me... Well, no, actually Knocked Out will get me there. And I do have Return KO. Ooh, an Energy Retrieval works here. I just need to get these energies in play, I think. We just go here, grab 2. Let's see, can we get... good card. That's not a good card right now. Area 0. Let me naturally attach. And then I can just Iono here. I need a better hand. And that's a pretty good way to get a better hand. Wait, do I just get it? No, well, I get the Wellspring, but that's about it. So no, we just prioritize a better setup, because of course they had to place down a cringe Manaphy. Yes, I would like to use Jewel Seeker. Let's go ahead and get Precious Trolley, and let's go get a Precious Trolley, and I could go for an Earthen Vessel just to discard the... Yeah, I think this is the best option. Let's just do something like this. Boom, boom. Precious Trolley. Let's go ahead and get you, and you. Yeah, this is pretty... just a lot of stuff. There we go. This is what it's all about, baby. We get all of our stuff down. All of our Pokemon down. Okay, we grab 2 more energy. We can accelerate a little bit more, just for fun. And then... Hearthflame isn't necessarily too good in a Charizard matchup, but... boom! Get rid of this. Be gone! We choose 1 prize card. Now, they could just have Rare Candy Charizard, and we'd be in a really awkward spot, but the good news is that we could just go ahead and use another Ogerpon, and the Grass Ogerpon just one-shot the Charizards anyways. Ultra Ball! Let me guess, Rare Candy Charizard. Charizard. The good news is I just returned KO. I did have to use Energy Retrieval. Oh, no, Pheasantipity. I don't know if you'd want to place down the Pheasantipity. That's just more prize cards for me, but, I mean... Charizard? Yeah, this is gonna be Ultra Ball. Rare Candy Charizard, blah, blah, blah. You know the... okay, there... wait, that's... normally, that's all their energy. So, unless they play, like, a ton of energy cards... they don't get the KO. And if they do, I don't mind too much, because I actually will just knock out the Charizard. They have no more attackers. They have energy left? How much do they have? They're taking quite a long time. So that makes me think that they... why would you put 3 on? Huh? Super Rod. Okay, so more energy. But there's nothing you can do unless you just okay, they're gonna have some crazy stupid card as their last card. Dusknoir? Why wouldn't you put back a Charmander? Of course, because they have a Night Stretcher for their Charmander. That's so cringe, bro. Oh my gosh, I can't take care of all the Charizard stuff. It's so dumb. No, I should have gone for... now that I think about it, I should have gone for the Bravery Charm, because that means they wouldn't have been able to take those prize cards. Okay. Well, we can return KO here. I can't Iono again, though, which kind of stinks. They don't really have much going for them anyways. Alright, why do we get off this Teal dance first, though? Yeah. So, they have way more cards than we do. I could go Arven for counter gain. That doesn't really do anything useful. I mean, we don't have Bravery Charm, which is really bad. And we can... oh, wait, we do have Energy Retrieval. Okay. But do we really need the Energy Retrieval? I mean, sure. Retrieval... see, I really would have liked to have 1 more Ogerpon in play, which is still possible. I can still get that. We just need to get lots of stuff here. So I think we go Noctowl here for... yes, we would like to use Jewel Seeker, and we will go and get ourselves a Night Stretcher, probably, because we do have 1 more Teal Mask, so I think we'll actually go for Nest Ball and save our Night Stretchers. And we can go for probably a Counter Catcher? Yeah, we can just go and prepare for them to get a KO, and so we'll get Counter Catcher, just in case. So Nest Ball, excuse me, and we'll go get another Ogerpon. We can go ahead and Energy Retrieval. This is one of the situations where having Energy Retrieval specifically is really nice. I can accelerate another one on here with another Teal Dance. Boom. Draw another card. Another Noctowl is very nice. I'm not going to attach... Well, I kind of do need to attach the Luminous Energy this turn. So we go here, boom. We retreat into here. I could put the counter gain on the... Because if they go down to 1, so... I mean, why not at this point? Because otherwise Bloodmoon just kind of does that anyways for free. And we can go ahead and use this for 420 damage. I don't know why they put 3 energy on. They are going to need a lot of stuff here. They do get 4 more cards to work with. So they just naturally, magically have it. We're in a bit of trouble. This Manaphy really ruined everything. Like, if this Manaphy wasn't down, we basically just would have won. I guess they'll just magically have another Rare Candy Charizard out of nowhere. For no good reason. Nest Ball for Radzard, probably. I'd imagine. They can't even use Radiant Charizard right now. Wait. No, we're good. If they don't get that, then I can just go into Cornerstone. And no, Cornerstone's on the bench. What am I talking about? Dang it. This is a little bit of an issue. I don't know why I placed on Cornerstone to begin with. No, wait, hold on. There's still the Lost Vacuum play. Oh, no. I see what they're trying to do. I see what their plan is, and I don't like it. But I do need to get rid of the Charizard. And I think if I attack... Oh, no. Arven for Rare Candy. They're going to just have the Charizard in hand. We're kind of... I should have put it on the Cornerstone, man. I really should have. I don't have Iono to just stop them. This is a little bit of just like... What the heck? Why did you place that down at this point in time? Forest Sealstone doesn't work unless they have a V. Please don't have a V or Charizard to work with. Please. Super Rod is not a Night Stretcher. That's a good sign. Just don't have it. If you don't have it, then I look like I think I might win, but that's a cringe Manaphy. It's ruining everything. Thornton? You can't use Sealstone on a non-V. You just think you can search out any card you want? What? Huh? You can't just use Forest Sealstone on any Pokemon, bro. I think that's what he thought, or they thought, was that you... Oh my gosh. I would say we've all been there, but none of us have been there. How did you let this happen? What? Now they just lose. Now they literally cannot win. Because I take out their Charmander, and... I need to just use any other Pokemon other than Radzard, or other than this, right? They still actually can, unironically, win the game. No, I just take out their Duskull. I take out their Duskull, yeah, I think that's what the play is. I just take out Duskull, yeah, Take out the Duskull, because otherwise they might just try and use some Dusknoir shenanigans, which would just be really annoying. We do also have a fully charged up, I could get greedy and try and take the last 2, but we do have both of our boss still in deck. I think we can go Luminous on to... I want to attack with the Cornerstone this turn. And I just would need Boss and E-Switch. So I think... Yeah, we do kind of guarantee it if we do this. We just go Boss and E-Switch, right? Yeah, I mean, might as well. Boss and E-Switch. We can go E-Switch here onto this, because that requires them to get Gust. We can go another E-Switch off of here, because we still can get an energy off the Night Stretcher. Then we can go attach Luminous here. We go Boss. Yeah, we go Boss up this guy. We can retreat into you. Night Stretcher to guarantee us the energy. If they try to counter with Charizard. Yeah, we'll do this. just have a fully loaded Ogerpon. Because now this requires a lot more setup for them. And we can also just Ogre's Mask the Cornerstone if they... Yeah. And also, you know what? Just to be safe, I'm going to Lost Vacuum the Fan Rotom to get rid of this if they do some sort of crazy Thornton play. I imagine they wouldn't, but let's just make sure that they don't get it. Alright, demolish this Duskull, get rid of it. Just make sure, absolutely zero way. Ultra Ball, yeah, that would have been nice, but I think we're pretty much in the clear now. If they get a Charizard and try and counter KO, we just go Ogre's Mask and into another Teal Mask, and then we win. So I think we're looking pretty good. And the fact that we would Ogre's Mask into a Teal Mask is crazy. I've literally never done that before. It's only been for the other Ogerpons. So the opponents probably... They could have just left, honestly. I wouldn't blame them either, because that was a really dumb mistake, not gonna lie. But, I mean, that could happen. If you're a new player, I understand. That can happen. Misplays happen. That's alright. They probably just passed because they just rage quit. And, okay, well, you can basically see how the deck works, though. Like, you can see how we can swap between different things. You can see how we can utilize all of these different Pokemon in these different Ogerpons in different ways. Yeah, them putting up the Manaphy is kind of telling. Is there a way to draw any more cards? 1, 2, 3... No. Unless we get a Night Stretcher specifically, or we top deck Boss, we can't just win automatically. And we would need to get, like, I guess top deck Energy, and then... No, it's just not possible. We can't win on the next turn, guaranteed, unless they actually do something here. They attack for 2 prizes. They attack for 2 prizes, it's possible, because then I just go counter gain on the... Or, excuse me, counter catcher on the Pheasantipity. But I think that they just left, so we'll just wait them out. Also, this deck does require a lot of thinking about, like, oh, which Ogerpon do I want to use? The dilemma. Yep, there it is. They definitely rage quit after they realized their mistake, but we kind of shut them down. I also did make sure to, like, follow up with the necessary precautions. So I think you beat the good matchups pretty soundly, but the bad matchups aren't really horrible. Like, you still have counterplays to the bad matchups if you are set up enough. And in that game against Arcaladon, I just wasn't set up enough, especially on those early turns. That's where, like, Fan Rotom and getting your Noctowls in play as soon as possible are very valuable. And also making sure you don't start with, like, garbage Pokemon all the time. But this is the list. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a pleasure to make this video. I had a blast with it because Quad Ogerpon is quite literally my favorite custom deck to work with because it's just so fun, it's so versatile, and the opponent does not expect it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do try it out, let me know how it treats you. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. As always, God bless, have fun, we'll see you out there, and we'll see you next time. Thank you all so much for watching.